All right, everybody. Thank you for being patient with us. Let me see if I can fix this. Get my hair done. Running a little bit late, but that's okay. Um, so how's everybody doing tonight? It's been a crazy, crazy day. Um, with all this new information from night before last with Michael Vaughn's case and them, the different people going to the different parts of the United States, it's just been one thing after another. So this live was kind of, right off the hip. And I wanted to just talk about what I feel like is important and needs to be said. It might not be everybody's cup of tea. You might not agree with what I have to say, and you might. But, we're going to talk about this stuff. This channel here, we have decided, speaking for Allie and I, Allie is right behind the green screen there. She had fallen asleep while I was getting everything ready for this live, and we're rushing. That's why I had to put the live off for 15 minutes, all that jazz. But we have discussed a lot about, how we are moving forward with this channel and how we will be doing things. That is aggravating me right there, that piece of hair. Sorry about that. So I don't know how the true crime community was before the Summer Wells case, as I didn't follow the Summer Wells, or did not follow true crime community before Summer Wells. We never had intentions of becoming a channel. We were just local to the area. We got the same news stations, WJHL and WCYB, as Kingsport, Tennessee residents do. And, we just, we're kind of blown away again as this case followed the Evelyn Boswell case. So, we were at this point in time, we're like, this doesn't happen around here. And if, you followed us for any length of time, we've talked extensively on, how our feelings and how we got involved in true crime in the first place. But my point being, sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts and get everything calmed down to get this thing going. But my thoughts, and the reason I asked that question was, we, as everyone knows, we were asked by Dawn Wells and a woman who was working with her nonprofit group to help Dawn Wells. He referred to them as private investigators. That's not what they were. Their organization was called We Can Bring You Hope. And if you guys remember early on, there was a big debacle, if you want to call it that, between the lady who was, she had started the nonprofit We Can Bring You Hope, where she had been, it was allegedly that she had allegedly been recorded by her group, her inside group of people, and the things she was saying about the Wells. And, at that point in time, I really, wasn't that mad at her. She said she was an advocate group, but she was dealing with things early on that people didn't see Dawn Wells do till he was on certain creators panels, like when he went on Molly Golightly's and when he went on other people's panels where he would act out. Well, she was seeing this when nobody else was, very early on, and when Summer went missing. So she was recorded, and she had said some choice words about Dawn Wells, and everything, and everybody was shocked over here, but they really weren't. It was just some creators that just, it was drama. They knew they could talk about it, and they probably would have said the same things themselves. I mean, if my memory serves me right, what was it she said, Allie? Hey, the fact that he was bullshitting her. I can't remember word for word, but I'd gotten to where we had spoke to Michelle quite often. I became very close friends with Michelle.
Yes.
And to this day, I haven't spoke to her in a long time, but I would still be friends with her because she was a very good person to us personally.
She was just a good person.
Yeah, she really had a spot in her heart to try to help missing people, not just children, but missing people in general. And she was really, really torn apart on when those recordings came out. And she was like, "This is going to ruin me." I said, "No, it's not. You were just being real. You were telling your true emotions. People mess up. Maybe people don't like to hear how you felt at that point in time, but you were being real with your group of people you worked with. And, what more could they ask for?" That's my thoughts on it. Now, saying that, how do we feel now going into 18 months? Still no sign, still no closer to finding out what happened this summer. So how do myself and Allie feel at this point in time? Who do we feel is possibly responsible for this? And I will give you my solid answer, my 100% answer. I still have no idea.
Same.
Still have no clue.
Every time that we think that we're figuring things out, then something else crazy happens that just makes you think completely differently again.
That's right. That's right. Here, I'm going to switch these over. I don't like that this is over on. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, let me see your let me get that. What's going on? Okay. I'd like to see your opinions. Now, I want your honest opinion based on evidence, not how you feel as far as, actions and things they've done, since Summer has disappeared. But as far as the evidence goes, who do you feel strongly in your heart is responsible, and why do you feel that way? Now, we're going to talk about a bunch of cases. I got a lot to show you tonight. I just wanted to start out with this. Where did that stupid brush go I just had? My hair is aggravating me. Like, it is not doing what it needs to. All right. And that's not brushing it for anybody special. That's for me. I had to make myself feel better. Allie, tell them what you say about me. With my brush and my combs.
Oh, he's like a little old man. Anytime he passes a mirror, he has to get it out.
That sounded awful.
What do you mean?
Every time he passes a mirror, he has to get it out. She's referring to my brush and my comb.
Every time he passes a mirror, he has to make sure his hair looks okay.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for fixing that.
Just like a little old man.
Yeah.
When they become obsessed with fixing their hair.
This is the comb that you can't really see. This is the little comb I carry in my back pocket. Okay, let's see here. I can't point to one person as well. Now, tell you something else that's aggravating me before we do that. I heard it again today, and it's really, really starting to annoy me. So when people are saying So people are saying innocent until proven guilty. I stand behind innocent until proven guilty. And I heard a creator say, and I've heard it a lot, but this creator has had some very contradicting live streams the past 2 times he's went live. He said innocent until proven guilty is only for a courtroom. I beg to differ. I'm sorry, no. The court of public opinion is so influential on cases in a real courtroom, and I'll tell you why, that if the court of public opinion doesn't stand by innocent until proven, use those key principles, that mindset, it is very easy for us to go into a courtroom setting with the presumption of guilt instead of the presumption of innocence. As it stands and protected by our Constitution, it is the prosecutor's job to try to prove without a shadow of a doubt the defendant's guilt, right? Now, you can have certain things as tainting a jury pool. You can have certain things as, too much information on and about the public, being fed to the public. Now, this is a big problem too, whether that information be true or not. That's why it's very, very, very important for creators to give factual information. And if they are speculating, use keywords of speculating. I don't know if this is true, etc. Or, showing proof. This is why we say this. This is why we stand behind this information. This is why we looked into this person. This is why we did this. That. Now, in saying that, I'm going to talk about Michael Vaughn's last press conference with Idaho police, okay? And we're going to okay, Alice B, that's 100%? Is that facts right there? For Athena, it says press conference for Athena, found unalived, was taken by a FedEx driver. He's in the Wise County Jail. Last time I had heard in another creator's chat was that they had heard that and it was a rumor at that point. Is that true now? Yes. Okay, facts. Good. Thank you, guys. Now, back to what I'm talking about. And we'll get to that as that is important. I'm not trying to put that on the back burner. Let me now, Wise County Jail, she disappeared from Texas, correct?
Yeah, it's Wise.
It is Wise County in Texas.
Wise County hold on. What's her last name?
Athena, her last name, it was at the top tip of my tongue.
Mine too.
So just now. Why did you have to ask that? Right there, I was getting ready to say it. She's from Paradise, Texas, and don't look, Camden, I'll get it. Strand.
Yeah.
Sorry. I wish you wouldn't have asked me it. I was just watching Chasing Truth and everything she was talking about. Okay. Before we go any further, guys, thank you for answering that. So, what I'm getting at is this. This way I'm going to say this. Let me actually pull this up while I talk. So I'm going to add the screen here. Go to YouTube. Everybody good over here? Okay. So this is what I'm going to add to that. It is very, very important as content creators, as people that are sleuthing, who are looking into these cases, who are interviewing people, so on and so forth. It is very important that you are very careful when and how you talk about certain topics or you introduce a certain individual to the public. No hate here. I'm not throwing any hate, not throwing any shade. Just let me pull this up and I'll be able to explain it a little better. Why I'm saying this. Okay, here it is. Let me pause that. All right. Let's share this screen and we'll be ready. The reason I'm saying that we have to be careful. Okay, so we'll take the picture that we thought possibly could have been Summer. And if people did not look into or listen to the live where I actually went over the key points that made us really look into Wisconsin and Don Soretto and all that. I'll tell you what we did and why we came out with it when we did. So, in case that there is a possibility that you are on the right track as a investigator for the police or a investigative journalist, just in case the possibility is that you are on the right track, I think, and I'll tell you what we use, how we do this and why we do it. We will purposely stay about 10 steps behind. Okay? As far as what we talk about live or bring to the public, we will purposely stay 10 steps behind as to not tip off or whatnot. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say as far as that. I'm not going to go into any greater detail. I'm just saying that. You can take it however you want it, but understand why I'm saying this. Now, when I share this screen right here, so just here's a perfect example right here. Is that sharing that? Okay. Okay. It's really gonna
you the very latest in an
of the Michael Vaughn case. I also wanted to begin by just giving my sincere thanks to all the law enforcement agencies, local businesses, and members of the public who helped us over the course of the last year and a half of this intense investigation. More recently, during the last 3 weeks, let's go at the bottom there. This is Brandon Shirtliff, 30.
Okay, so this gentleman right here, Brandon Shirtliff. Let me explain something to you guys right here. Let me see if this works a little better. Nope. Okay, I'll move over here a little bit and pull my mic right here. So this individual right here, JLR had interviewed him, right? Everybody knows that he had interviewed him. I don't know when that interview took place, but if this guy was to be tipped off and say he was the number one, just saying, what if he was the key player in that situation and he was responsible for everything, he's now tipped off. He's gone. He's not in the hot tub drinking beer anymore. He's out of here. You see what I mean? There was the other individuals that drove the taxis for the Wanderers, and then working, at the Idaho, not Idaho, but working on the Washington, my brain, that state right below Washington. Allison, help me here. No, state of Washington. What's the state right below it? Oregon. Yes, the Wanderers service station on the Wanderers service station oil change on the Oregon. The state line is right there in Fruitland. You go over to Oregon side, and they own that business there. So there's multiple state jurisdictions now. The guy knows that they're looking into him, whatnot. So, and this is no shade being thrown at anybody. What I'm trying to say is, what I am trying to say is very, very important that we stay 10 steps behind. Don't give them a heads up. Now, so I'll give you an example into what we did with even talking about the picture or talking about Don Soretto and all them, because I'm going to be first time I've said anything about this. We feel that the people that reached out to us in those emails, they were not the mother and father. And the names that were used were not just a protected false name. There were things that were some very eyebrow raising things that as far as what they said to us and everything. And I never understood why or how they knew some of the things about this family that they did, unless they are either Don Soretto herself or whatnot. Now, this goes far. That family is related. So how do I put this? There was somebody that needed to be, feel like they were superior and come out with information in our comment section that I didn't want necessarily to be spoken about. And they took it upon themselves to make themselves feel smart because they felt like they knew it all, anything and everything. We knew that the Harrer family was related to the Sorettos. We knew this. We knew that there was reasons why certain minors looked the same and were very close resemblance. We knew some things, okay? Yet this person came over, and now knowing people that reached out, but I'm not bashing a creator or anybody at all. I'm not bashing a creator as far as who I'm speaking about either. This was somebody that I had never seen before come over and comment things that were very, very important things that shouldn't have been put out there, but I could see what the intention was. The intention was to try to disprove or make somebody look like something they weren't. Now, listen. As far as people, why are you not taking that video down? Why are you not taking that video down of that child after you found out it was not Summer? First off, there was a reason it was left up, and it's still left up. There are reasons why we did certain things to get. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. If you are baiting a fish, or if you put a mouse out there for a snake, whatever snake or fish snaps first, you want to get a good read on that, okay? On that person. You want to get a very good read on, because it could be one of two things. It could be nothing nefarious at all and really be a family member that's trying to be helpful and help make whoever understand something. And then it can be the person who is scared or somebody that has a lot to hide that snaps and then fills you full of straight BS. And it's very important to make them and let them know. And I'm not speaking about anything in particular as far as Summer's case now. I'm talking about, it's sad that I have to go on here and talk about this, but I'm trying to help other people, best way to say this. I'm trying to help show other people, like, be careful when you come over and you attack somebody, that because of something you might not understand, or you find it this way, or the masses have tried to do a hate campaign or smear campaign on somebody. Thank you, DD Parks. Thank you for the $10 super sticker. We appreciate that. God bless you. And please know that you did not have to do that. But, thank you again. And thank you for becoming a member, Lisa Lynch. We greatly appreciate that too. So, be careful when somebody has a smear campaign just because they don't like said creator or they don't like something that somebody else does. Just know that there might be something more to it, something that, they don't understand. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about staying 10 steps behind. Okay. That's the only thing that I feel is needed. Stay 10 steps behind, but always be 3 steps ahead. Okay. If you feel like that you're on the right track. Again, nobody here is claiming to be law enforcement. Nobody is claiming to want to be or do their job or anything. If anything, people want to help. That's why when we have said multiple times, there's multiple things we have never spoke about involving Summer's investigation, is that we did not want to hurt it, and we never will. Now, has there been times that we felt like, because of the lack of nobody doing anything that does have the power to investigate, that we felt like we were going to push the envelope? Yeah, bad call on me. If somebody feels like that I shouldn't have done that, I'm willing to own up to my mistakes. If I might have said something that they didn't like, but again, anything that I have talked about, it was because people in certain positions at a certain time period when we were working with them told us there was nothing to it and it didn't mean anything and it wasn't important. And I will give you the campsite as an example. And I felt like, well, after 3 months of not talking about it, never bringing it up, I said, let's, if it's not important, then surely nobody will have a problem with me talking about it. Boy, did they have a problem when we talked about it. But at the same time, they didn't. Hold on, please. Are you okay? I was trying to wave to everybody. I was trying to make sure you're okay. I couldn't see, but it's right there. Hold on, guys. One second. All right, I'm going to pay attention to the chat too now because I want to hear what you guys are saying. Melissa, thank you. Keep cracking, never let anybody dictate your path, follow God. Thank you. That's very true. Now, there's a reason that I'm saying all this. And there's a reason why I want you guys to please pay attention. I'm going to go back and look at everything that you guys said because I'm not ignoring you. I just have to get that out before I move and to show you things on the other cases we're going to talk about. 1065 reporter said COVID took my mom last year on December 5th. I'm sorry, Sharice. Listen, guys, if anybody has lost a family member for due to COVID last year, I lost 2 family members this year in 2022, not very far apart. So I understand it's been a very, very rough 2 years. A lot of dark, just evil things have been attacking good people. And, for the longest time, I felt like it was possible to be, that it was surrounding Summer's poor Summer's case. I don't know if you believe in the spiritual world. I'm not forcing it on anybody to believe anything. But if people don't believe that there is spiritual warfare happening all around us at all times, the kingdoms of goodness, good and evil, and the kingdoms of dark and light, fighting for, all around us, they're wrong. Anybody that is compelled to go hurt a child or take a child or take their innocence or hurt them physically, mentally, spiritually, for that matter, they're taking a child's innocence. Therefore, that is something evil that they have let take control of their lives. I do not believe it's a sickness, and I never will be convinced that it's a sickness, nor that it's curable. I've heard it described today from another creator that, people make bad mistakes in their life, and they move on and they become better people. I agree 100% on about every other thing in this world except for child SA R on women being a S predator. There is no cure for it. There is no help for it. I don't care how you feel. In my opinion, I've been able to learn how to forgive to the best of my ability, and so I don't carry around hate towards the person who did what they did to me and attempt to do my brother. Is that saying that I wouldn't react and try to go after somebody, that same person, if I saw them today? I can't promise that. But I can tell you that that person's never tried to say sorry or own up to what they did. And I'm sorry. If you cannot say you're sorry, they should never be allowed around any child, especially if they're still a minor, if they feel like they need to apologize. But they can go through the proper channels and get a message through to either said child's parents, something, if they really felt remorse and knew what they did and how they affected a minor by their actions. That's my opinion. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. I don't think that there is recovery. There's no rehabilitation as far as that goes. Okay. Before we go, Melissa, didn't you become a member up there? Hold on. Clove, Mama, too good to see you. It's correct. Let's see. I pray that you feel better. 1065 reporter. I know chemotherapy is just, it just takes people and tears them apart. Allie, they're asking, are you sick?
Yes, I'm still coughing, but I'm okay.
I was going to say you're not really sick. It's just the fatigue.
Lingering cough and
fatigue mostly. Like it's been like, I felt bad for her. She's been very tired. She's getting better. Yeah. We're getting better, doing good. Let's see. Yeah, so crimes have consequences. So it was told to me earlier in the live, yes, Athena has been found. And she was unalived. The person responsible was a FedEx truck driver, and is being held in Wise County Jail. Okay. I'm going to find that so I can pull it up and show you guys. Another thing is, okay, so I can get down here to the bottom. It's funny now, do you think about it? Look, here's another one of these coincidences. Who was the person who allegedly saw the red truck in Summer's case, a delivery driver. Now, it hasn't been confirmed whether it was FedEx, UPS, mailman, what have you. Now, we did hear from somebody that was over the home repairs say that said something about, as far as being a FedEx driver, but that's all been hearsay. There's nothing to be able to back that up as of this time. But so it does make you think. I've got some more to make you think, though. And this is very strange. Now, I'm going to have to pull this up real quick. All right, there's that. There's that. That needs to be taken down. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna leave that open, but I'm gonna have to open this to pull it up, just to make sure I. Oh no. Okay. So the other night we talked about Austin. He was a law enforcement officer. He was a Virginia State police officer who was, it's starting to play games. Give me just 1 second. Okay, that should be a little better. Let me get these documents uploaded here for us real quick. I need to Perfect. Now, let me see if that's saved. We're going to go over, because there's been some new information that's come up about his case, and I want to show it to you. I have the visual look at, so you can read along with it and you can see it. Now, this is information that was sent to us by a subscriber that we greatly appreciate. Thank you guys for reaching out and sending us some of the things you do, as it is very, very helpful. Okay, I think it has everything. Now let me close that out and let me pull these pictures up for us real quick to go over. If you do not know who Austin is, and you didn't get to see the live stream we did the other night, it is titled Behind the Badge. Behind the Badge is basically a live where we talk about this individual and the corruption across the United States. We weren't saying all law enforcement is bad. We're not saying that this percentage is good and this percentage is bad, but the information that we brought forward were case studies and information studies from the Cato Institute from every major city around our nation, and said the number one crime that law enforcement officers break while on duty or while employed by a sheriff's office or agency, whatever it is, the number one crime in the United States that law enforcement officers are fired for the law they break is SA against minors, or SA crimes. It's always SUL, if you get my hint. So this guy right here, he had just graduated the academy in January of 2022. Was it January or February? January or February when he graduated academy.
Graduated in January.
I had to make sure I had that accurate. So this is him. This is Austin Edwards. Let me go to the next. The next thing we have here. Let me pull that down. And here's the next thing. Let me make sure I got these in order for us. All right, here's the summary. We're going to read this first. All right, so you can see that, and I'll zoom in on it the best I can. And we'll be able to go over it. So this is an update on the San Bernardino County Coroner's Office and their findings of his autopsy. Austin Edwards says, summary. On Friday, November 25th, 2022, at about 1:15 p.m., deputies from the Morongo Basin Station and Sheriff's Aviation Unit observed a red Kia Soul traveling on Highway 247. The vehicle matched the description of a wanted vehicle related to a triple unaliving in the city of Riverside, California. The driver of the vehicle, Austin Edwards, was also wanted in connection to the unalivings, and he was believed to be armed and dangerous. Both sheriffs Aviation and California Highway Patrol's Aviation followed the vehicle from a distance until Sheriff's Specialized Enforcement Division, SWAT, could catch up. The vehicle traveled south on Highway 247, then east on Highway 62, and ultimately to Kelso Sema Road. As SWAT intercepted Edwards' vehicle, Edward fled and led deputies on a pursuit. During the pursuit, Edwards fired at the deputies. The volley of gunfire struck the SWAT vehicle numerous times. Edwards lost control of his vehicle and the pursuit ended. When he drove off the road, the female victim exited the vehicle and was rescued by deputies. Edwards exited the vehicle and pointed a gun at the sheriff's helicopter, and deputies fired at Edwards. Upon contact, Edwards was unresponsive and pronounced deceased at the scene. Okay, well, the first story that I had given you guys the other night, it was said on a Scanner Food Report, which is a group that listens to the scanner and posts our local areas happenings as far as, with law enforcement, paramedics and fire. So the fire departments. It was said, again, I didn't get to this part, but Austin had just graduated the academy and went to work for the state police in January of 2022. He worked at the Virginia State Police till October, where he then resigned. Now, I've spoken, since we've covered this, I've spoken to people whose parents work for state police, and I've conversed back and forth through email with a certain amount of people too that are very familiar because their family is in law enforcement. And what was said to them, and I just, I was trying to, do a kind of, I'm going to say the word half-assed verification, as I was short on time. And so I couldn't really get an interview with anybody yet because, we're just coming out of the holidays and it's hard for me to call and say, because somebody reached out and said, my dad's a cop or a state trooper. Well, you care to put him on the phone and let me interview him? It's easier said than done. So what was said to me through this person's father was him resigning does not make a lot of sense. People that go to work for the Virginia State Police or whatever state they live in, state police, as they have jurisdiction over the whole state, a lot like TBI would have in Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, but they also have Tennessee State Troopers. In Tennessee, they have jurisdiction, statewide jurisdiction. Okay. So this person's father said it sounds like he was given an ultimatum to resign, that maybe they had gotten some red flags and noticed some behavior, or either he was, maybe had somebody call in and report something pretty terrible on him, so that he, so he was probably asked to resign, because a lot of the times these agencies do not want a blemish on their, on their agency. A lot of these higher ups are like, they will let an officer go before they will press charges and make their whole agency look bad. So what does that do? That doesn't fix the problem. That lets this officer who has these whatever the crime be, or whatever the report was, allows them to go to another agency and not mention it, get hired right down the road and start doing it again. Because I'm sorry, if it's something related as far as, SA or something that an officer does to somebody, think how hard it would be. It's already hard enough to tell people about somebody that is not a cop, that's just a regular nasty human being, that's, a civilian, I guess you would put into words. How hard would it be to, if it's hard to report somebody like that, how hard would it be to report an officer? Because you're going to think in your mind, nobody's going to believe me. Nobody's going to take me seriously. They're going to retaliate against me. That's it. I hate to say it, but that's what happens. So somebody very close to me who brought me into this world, that's all I'm going to say, was in the military, and went to military to be able to take care of me when I was born. Okay. A drill sergeant in the military took advantage of this person and hurt them to the point that, they AR'd them. The word rhymes with great. And this person who's very close to me didn't know how to speak out about it because she knew she wouldn't be believed. She still has problems to this day, because at that time in the military in the 80s, men were still held in this superior position. It's not changed very much to this day, but then it was just a little bit, quite a bit worse. And she was scared. This person was scared to report anything about this individual, because they were a big, scary person who held a lot of power. So it's very hard for people. That's what we covered. If you haven't seen it, that's all I'm going to say as far as that goes. If you didn't watch the live from the other night with the statistics, you'll get a really, really good, informative live stream if you tune in and look into that. Now, moving on. Let me make sure I have the next thing up. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. Oh, thank you. Yeah, guys, we don't ask for anything over here. One thing we do ask, though, is please go put your touch DNA on that like button. We would greatly appreciate it. That's all we ask for. It helps to get the information. If we are giving good information out and we're giving solid information, please share it. Get it passed around. The ones the live I was talking about before, with the statistics, and we showed the statistics and where they came from, and who did the studies, and it's solid, factual proof of what happens with these bad apples within law enforcement. And I think that it would be great if you shared that information, pass it around. There's a lot of people that don't want to hear about it yet, but there's a lot of people that are not aware at all. Tonight's live, we're going to get into some other good things that I've got prepared for you. But if you don't care, before we move forward, leave your touch DNA on that like button, and we would greatly appreciate it again. All right, so awesome. Oh, okay, I was just read something. Okay, guys, let me see here. Oh, thank you, Music C. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I plead the fifth, says Crumps comes when my dude's cousin went missing in Virginia. We think she's still alive, being held somewhere by her stepdad. Her name's Kate. I heard about that case. What part of Virginia is that? I plead the fifth. Stephanie Lindley, mine was too, at the age of 14. So I understand it is a lifelong struggle, and it's hard to have that forgiveness. Guys, please don't think we're ignoring you as we go over this information. Please, I'm only one person tonight as Allie's resting. So please bear with me, and I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm trying to go back and look at your comments. Oh, thank you, Connie Adams. Oh, okay, thank you, Sarah Lee. I'm glad to see you've kept coming back, and I hope that we haven't let you down. Chrissy Solario, thank you. Pamela Tate, how are you? Mac and Screams, that's an awesome name. Hi, hey, how are you? Beth Ball, we're just going over a bunch of cases and new stuff that I haven't shown, and we're going to go kind of freestyle because here in a minute I'm about to let my hair down. Excuse me. We're about to be funny, and we're going to laugh a little bit tonight. And like I said, we're going to let my hair down. So we're going to square dance. No, I want to play some clips. I don't know if you've seen them. Just some stuff that's been said, and we're going to go over some important parts of these cases. Let me pull up that next thing I wanted to show. Okay. So right here, the next screen we're showing is, all right, so this right here is continuing. Detectives from the Sheriff's Specialized Investigations Division responded to the scene and assumed the investigation. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is investigating the attempted unaliving of the deputies and the lethal force encounter. The Riverside Police Department is investigating the triple unaliving, and any questions regarding the unaliving should be directed to them. An autopsy will be conducted to determine the manner and cause of death. Referring officer was Detective I. Goswiller, Station Specialized Investigations Division. There's the phone number, case number, and doctor's number. And Shannon D. Dickus or Dices, Sheriff's Coroner, San Bernardino County Sheriff Coroner Department. So don't give up on me yet. I have the autopsy report, so we're going to look at that real quick. Let me pull that up. Okay. Hold on, let me read over this before I. All right, here it is. Present this and share this. Here is a little bit of the autopsy or the coroner's report. All right, so it says entered on Wednesday, November 30th, 2022, 1:23 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Advisory update: San Bernardino County Coroner completes autopsy on Riverside's triple unaliving suspect. Date and time: November 25th, 2022 at 1:15 p.m. Incident: lethal force encounter, LFE. And so, the code for a attempted unaliving on an officer is a 187. So this is a PC 644-187 attempted unaliving. Location: Kelso Sema Road, Kelso, California. Note: correction, this incident did not occur in Needles as previously reported. Suspects: Austin Edwards, 28 years old, male resident of North Chesterfield, Virginia. That is wrong. That's not where he's from. He is from Pounding Mill, Virginia, but that's where he was stationed. So when you come out of the academy in the Virginia State Police, they move you usually pretty far away to the cities and northern Virginia or towards DC, around that area. Because if they're planning on coming back and working in the really rural areas, they want them to see, work the hardest of the hard, and then, see if you can handle that, then surely you can handle what's going on in these rural areas. Again, they can travel. Their jurisdictions are the whole state of Virginia. Okay, so victims. I thought this was weird because this was done on Wednesday, November 30th. This story came out day after Thanksgiving, and it happened on. No, I'm sorry, not the day after. Yes, on Good Friday. Good Friday is when this happened. So the story was out way before, the people and the victims' names were out there before this report. I didn't understand why it said victims, 3 confidential victims. Does anybody know why that is? Kim D, can you explain to me who you're speaking about? This case right here is already solved, ma'am, and we're not hurting anything. So please tell me I don't know if you're speaking about me, but this is all public information. This has already been released, and so nobody had even heard of this case. This was a cop that traveled across the United States. He catfished a 15-year-old girl into believing that he was a 17-year-old boy, came from all the way from Southwest Virginia to Riverside, California. Now we're going to get to a point that's very important. This part that I've never showed anybody, and nobody would have access to this because besides law enforcement are people that are very close to the area where this guy was a cop at. And I'm not talking about where he was stationed up in towards Richmond or, around DC. I'm talking about, because we talked about he resigned from the Virginia State Police in October. Well, he had signed on and got hired by the Washington County Sheriff's Office in November the 15th. And this is what I'm getting ready to get at. He had bought a home in Washington County, Virginia on the 17th, I think it was, and settled and signed the papers on a new home and was in Riverside, California by the 25th committing this act. But before we get to that, I've got some pictures to show you. The house that he had purchased, he had blacked the windows out right after he had signed the papers on. So this guy really felt like that he was going to go pretty much take this 15-year-old child, do what he had to do to their family, which he unalived them, and then stacked them in the walkway coming to the front door, and then caught the home on fire. But then this guy really thought that he was going to make it back across the United States. Obviously, where he blacked the windows out in this home, thought he was going to keep her there and then go to work every day as a law enforcement officer to continue being a cop. And I guess in whatever his sick mind was, how it was working, protecting and serving. This is a very sad time when you have to call the police for some incident and you have to watch the cop to make sure they're not eyeballing your children. It's sad. Kim D, am I missing something? Because I would really like to be a part of that discussion, because yes, I agree with you on certain other cases, but how are you going to try an officer that has passed away Yes, real sunflower. Yes, there was a woman that went missing in Kingsport in September. Didn't even hear until yesterday. Yes. And I'll tell you another thing. Sorry, I had to eat that Oreo. It's driving me crazy. Till yesterday on the last live, there was a shooting that happened. And when the news agencies asked the TBI and I believe Hawkins County for information about this shooting, they told the media, the news media, the different channels, they told them, we can't tell you a location or an address. And they were like, well, when did this happen? They said last week. And they're like, so you told last week? I had never heard anything been, described like that from law enforcement. Why even go public at all and say that there was something that happened, a shooting? Hold on, guys. Before we go any farther, me and Miss Sunflower are going to have a little talk, and I want to hear, and I want to see what that one person said. I want to make sure that I'm not reading wrong. But so then last night we find out that this incident that happened in Hawkins County where TBI was involved, it was a accidental. Now I haven't been able to verify this. Some smart aleck in our comment section said, instead of putting law enforcement down, maybe you should know that it was a accidental shooting of a minor. I said, you just put that out publicly. What they were doing was saying that you shouldn't put out anything before law enforcement puts it out. I said, I didn't. We just talked on a live how we had never heard that statement from law enforcement before, that they couldn't give a date, address, and that the incident happened a week prior. So I said, no, ma'am, actually, you're the one who just put out that inside information, not us. And so I said, I don't know what your quarrel is. Now, I'll tell you why I even kind of went back and forth with this person who was commenting. It's because back when we did the video and showed the video of Hawkins County doing the happy song and dancing, I understand it was a multi-organization or a challenge or a multi-agency challenge across the nation. I understand that. But what I said was the only reason I played the video was who is watching the areas of Beach Creek that take 45 minutes to get out there? Who's watching this? Who's doing that? And I made a little short video. I don't know if you guys remember me playing it. I made a little video where it showed a little guy, a bad guy on the phone said, well, they're all dancing and singing at the sheriff's department right now. Tell all your friends we can do whatever we want in Hawkins County. There's and that rings true. You count in that video, every single person that works for that department is singing and dancing for at least however long it took to film and record that. So I said this, regardless that it happened maybe 2 years before Summer went missing, but that shows how lax that department is. Somebody that was on the inside of the sheriff's department, or something. We've seen the corruption over there. We've seen Sherfy Jr. We've seen Haas. We've seen Richard Chandler. These are all cops that got caught with child P and other things. They know the insides and outside workings of these police departments. Right there, they know if this thing's going to happen, and they're filming a YouTube sing-along, that they have a window of open time where nobody's going to know what they're doing. Right? So I'm not, I never said anything out of disrespect. I said there's a place and time for it. And obviously with the 6, they still, Hawkins County still has 6 active missing persons cases that have not been solved. Either missing persons or homicide cases that have yet to be solved. So you know what? I will call it how I see it, and I will call it out how it is, because if you're not holding them accountable, and we know they're not giving their full potential to Summer's case, you search 3 times in 17 months. I'm talking about active searches, not EquiSearch, not Churchill Rescue Squad, not this person, not that person. I'm talking about searches conducted by law enforcement and TBI. There was one done for 13 days, and from June 15th to June 28th of 2021. There was one done for 2 days on November 30th, and either the 31st or December 1st, whichever. 30 days past November, April, May. However that goes, 31 days in November, I think. So the 30 and 31st, so 2 days in November, and then March, end of February, March, a 1-day search. You're telling me that's enough to cover all that mountainous terrain and acres and acres and acres and miles of mountain and forest? No, it's not. No, it is not against the rules in here, to quote a newspaper. There's not any rules except be respectful and treat people how you would expect to be treated, and how you expect to be treated is, everybody wants to be treated with dignity and respect. And we ask that if you want to be treated that way, you treat others that way. Look, and we want to talk about as far as searches go in Summer's case. Look, I said we're not going to go by any set schedule tonight. I'll talk about what I want, when I want. We'll bounce around and what you guys want to talk about. So, okay, Raybird, there's only 30 days in November. Okay, so November 30th and the 1st. Thank you for correcting me on that. Still 2 days. 2 days in November. Oh no. So there's that. Do you think that suburbs deserve more days, more bad hours? I understand. what people see from the television screens and computer screens. Till you have an appreciation and you've been out to Ben Hill Road and the surrounding mountains and really see it for what it is, you are not covering, I don't care, in a 13-day search. So altogether, we got 13, 14, 15, 16 days in total that law enforcement went and searched. Now, EquiSearch came in. They did their searches, but it has to be an area that has potential evidence that has been reconned, and there has to be a reason for them to bring their whole team to look into this area. It can't be just because that mountainside hasn't been searched, let's go search. There has to be some tangible reason that they are out there, and they go to they pull the team there to do a search. Excuse me, guys, 1 second. Sorry, I was getting Allie to send me the pictures of that officer's house, like where I told you the windows had been blacked out and everything. I don't think we're done here. So I want to tell you this. The area that this officer was from, the one that drove to, before we go back to Summers, because this is all going to correlate together. And there's reasons why I'm talking about these certain cases together tonight. I've used the toaster many times too, Rayburn, to light a cigarette. I burned my nose hair, everything, trying to light a cigarette. 1065, let me see what your question was. What answers, McBro? Was summer search only 11.2 mile radius of her home? No. Listen to this. What was it, babe?
What?
The radius. It was
5 mile radius. Right?
5 mile radius. Now think about it this way. We did it on our channel one night. They went out. So a 5 mile radius, you're talking about a radius. They go out 1.5 or 2.5 miles in each direction.
Something like
from the home. Let me pull my maps up and I'll try to show you this. So it would be, so if you got a 5 mile radius, I think it's 2.5, 2.5, 2.52. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So it might have been 10. And if you count every direction, but 2.5 miles out in each direction, and in the circumference of the 5 mile radius, right? I think that's right.
yes.
Yeah, okay. She's sending those pictures to the email right now so I can show you.
Yeah, I am sorry, my phone was messed up.
All right. And we're going to listen to some funny stuff tonight. I've got some clips that y'all have never heard, so be prepared. Please be patient, because when we listen to some stuff, y'all are going to laugh. Real Subflower. Okay, this is one thing I will say, because we haven't got to talk about it yet. Have you always treated me with respect? At one point in time now, I thought that you had came and apologized and said that you were sorry for the things you had said, and I said, you know what, I don't hold grudges. I'm sorry if I've ever done anything to offend you.
Water under the bridge.
It was yeah, exactly. It was water under the bridge. Now we're going to be fair, and we're going to call it how it is. When Prayer Garden started making up her lies and her straight evil lies about us, and my wife's nursing license and the things that were said over in her chat, you were right there just bashing right along with them. And you said some very awful things to not only me, but my wife. You are still welcome in this chat, and I forgive you again. And I've been very, very open. Did I say the right things to Prayer Garden when I got angry? Did I act the way I was supposed to? Absolutely not. I was very triggered and I got pissed off and I cussed her right back because I was trying to protect my family. But again, as long as you are respectful here, we'll be respectful to you. No hard feelings. But I'm just saying.
But just because you're
Let-
respectful in our chat doesn't mean we don't see whenever you're not disrespectful.
Allie, say that again.
Just because you're respectful in our chat does not mean that we do not see when you're being disrespectful to us in other people's chat.
When you think we're not around.
Yeah. Just because we might not be chatting doesn't mean we ain't watching the chat.
And there's
other people's
and there
chats.
and that doesn't go just for you. I'm not singling you
No.
out. There's quite a few of them that I keep
Right.
I keep a mental note. There's quite a few that will sit over here and act like they're just the best, the biggest supporters of us, and we see other people and what they say about us, but you know what? We don't hold on to it. All we ask is that use character. The definition of character is being the same and acting the same, having the same qualities as you would if you were in a closet by yourself or if you were in a room full of people. You do the same thing no matter who's looking.
It's integrity.
That's not, well, integrity and character. I should have said that. It's integrity. Doing the same thing,
Whether you're being watched.
being watched or not. Exactly. Thank you.
That's integrity.
Okay. Did you send that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you send it to my phone?
I sent it to the email.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, who text? Okay, my bad. Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
Who is that? Okay, let me make sure this is. All right, guys, let me get this uploaded for you. Okay. No, that's not. It's the same sunflower. Real sunflower, you are the one that's been over in Prayer Garden chat. Yes, we understand that you've taken up for us a bunch of time. Now, just tell me this: if I'm wrong about who you are, you've been hanging out over there, and you've told me here recently. I just want to make sure that I'm not singling out the wrong person, as we'll discuss it openly, and it's not drama or anything. I'm trying to get to a understandable place. Now, if you were over there when all that happened, then yes, you're the same one. And yes, you might have taken up for us many a times, but the things you have said about us, you didn't have the whole truth. You got angry over the picture that we thought was possible and thought it possibly could have been Summer. And you tried to say that we knew it was not Summer all along. And that's not the case. I would never, ever. First and foremost, we didn't show that child's face, her sister's face, anything. They had a green freaking stripe over it that was put there by the parents. So we had very, very strong reasons to believe that it could have been her. The same eye, freckle, everything. So that's
There's a whole lot more to it than just
there was
the
like
picture.
yeah. Well, I went over that at the beginning of this live, why we believed it. And there's a whole nother live, dedicated to showing why we believed what we did. I showed the top of the campers. I even told that, the people that reached out, we don't believe we're the parents of this daughter, as the names didn't match up. Now, could it be? Maybe, but I don't think so. The father, the alleged father of the girl that we thought could have been Summer, he made a very, very big statement in his email that Candace and Grandma were here with another man that they didn't think. He said it was either the husband or a boyfriend. And I said, well, Don was in Utah at this exact same time, so it couldn't have been Don, right? As he was in Utah with the oldest boy. He said back, well, I can't remember who it was. He shut it down then, because this is what really rubbed us wrong. We knew that if this is really his daughter and he's the father, that he knew who Summer, Candace, and Grandma and the other two boys were. as they were there in 2020 on Don Sfreto's property. We showed pictures of that, everything. Well, he never mentioned that. In the first emails, he made it out like he didn't know who they were at all.
You know, he just sent his.
And he sent his best regards and hoped that the family could get some peace and closure. He never implied that he knew them at all. Well, I emailed back after sitting and stewing on it for a few days because it just was aggravating me. I said, "Sir, if you don't mind me asking, why did you act like you didn't know who the Wells were, when we know that there's pictures of Summer with your daughter in 2020 on Don Sfreto's property?" Well, that's when I got the story that there was a boyfriend or somebody that in it. I threw out there very quickly. Well, we know it's not Don because they're in these same dates and times. He's in Utah. Then he said, "I really honestly can't remember who it was. I'm sorry." In 2020, a child goes missing. In 2021, so it was October, right?
Yeah.
Was it July or October? July.
Maybe.
July of it was either July or October of 2020 when they were there on Don Sfreto's property. Summer goes missing in June 2021. That's not even a year. So you don't remember if this guy is Don Wells or a boyfriend, and this name has been left out. There's a whole lot more, guys. Whole lot more. Now, this is my question too. Was those details given to the FBI when they came and asked questions? Because then I started questioning if the FBI really did go and investigate that. I don't think that these people, but yet they're using a different alias. You don't know what they would tell you. Now, if they did come and they went and investigated that child at the school and everything, right, could it be a very good cover story? Think of it that way. We've looked into everything to give benefit of the doubt. And I was so pleased to hear that FBI had investigated it. Then I was like, well, if these people are going to lie to me about this, is that true? But I do still strongly feel that FBI investigated it. But the other problem was that TBI, the person who reported the tip in the first place, TBI made the statement that this is they felt very strongly it was going to turn into a criminal investigation. Less than 20 hours after they called back and said, "Leave it alone, don't talk about it," that they went and investigated it. Told the person who reported the tip that they called and verified it. That's what they said. They didn't go to Wisconsin. They didn't go look into it themselves. I'm talking about TBI. Now, I don't know when the date was that TBI told that to the person who submitted the tip and when the FBI actually went out there and investigated it. Could be two totally different times, not even related to one another. But the other question we had, and Smiley was in here, is why did Hawkins County answer for TBI's tip and say that they investigated? Hawkins County didn't investigate anything.
No.
And we do know that. Save cigarette keeps going out. It's driving me crazy. Okay. You have not read anything Sunflower's written since, Cam. You're too busy trying. No, listen, I'm not too busy trying to prove something. I'm talking about the case that I'm not trying to be in here for drama. I will go back and answer, but thank you for allowing me to know that. I'm not trying to argue with anybody. I'm trying to talk about what we came here to talk about, was these cases. I'm not worried about a subscriber who thinks they know everything and they try to attack me. I tried to make amends, and I was trying to let it be done there. I'm not trying to argue with people. I have taken up for you many times. Okay, there's the first one. And I appreciated you. Now let me go down here. Thank you, Pearl DeVere. She's a crack case. Nothing but respect for you, too. From the circle jerk end of the YouTube streets. Hope you up. We are very well. Thank you so much. Yeah, look, Sarah Lee, we and you have made amends too. We really appreciate you being here, and thank you. That's character integrity right there from her. She told me, straight up in the comments, yeah, I fell right in line and bashed you and everything. But and I said, you know what? That's in the past. I forgive you. It's time. We have too much. There are other sunflowers. Okay, real sunflower. If it's not you, I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. I hope it's, if that's not you. But I'm saying, I'm to ask you a question. Were you the one that was in prayer gardens? Because if I'm wrong, I'll definitely admit it right now. I'm not trying to. There's a beautiful sunflower that's a regular over there. Is that who it is? Because I don't think this one's it. Because I'm not trying to pick on her. She has been. There was. And if it is, I'm wrong. That's why I said I didn't want to make this a big ordeal. I want to make sure it is who it is. There's so many of them that have come at us and attacked us with the name Sunflower. I know that I talk to you in emails all the time, so I didn't. I really thought, this is what I thought. Let me be real with you. This is what I thought. I really thought, I forgot the names in between the two. So I really thought that was you that was over there. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Now, just please don't let me sit here and apologize if you are the one over there. But I didn't think it was. That's why I'm not trying to make a big deal. I would like to have the proof of it. I don't have time to do that. I'm trying to talk about the live right now. All right. Help me here, babe. Did you think it was or not?
Well, I was so confused.
I was too.
If this is the same person, I was like, I thought we had really
Yeah, I thought we got along with. I don't want to lose anybody, especially if you're the sub like that. The Sunflower Dave must be triggering to me now,
Same.
Right?
Yeah.
How many of them have we? Like, I can't ever get them straight.
Yeah, I know.
No, Music Sea Angel, I'll apologize for me. You don't have to. I read that text out loud. I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Now, the person who is over there said that, see, this is why I got confused right here. Did they not say they supported us and all this?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought it was. So please apologize. I apologize. And what I was going to say is, please email me and we'll talk about it. I'll give you a number. I don't want to do it on here. For sure. No, I believe you 100% if that's not you. That's why I said. Thank you for people that said there was multiple ones. That name is very, very popular. The Sunflower name and the picture. So I do apologize. And I know it's not. If it's not you, then it's not you. I just don't want to eat my words. I had to be very careful because this person that was over there was coming at us, saying that they were with us till just of recently, till the picture came up, and I didn't know the difference. So yeah, I will make sure to clear that up. So let me do this for you right now before we move any farther. This right here, everybody, is a prime example of how we take ownership of our mistakes. I'm sorry, and I want to do a public apology to the real Sunflower. If that's not you, and I strongly believe it's not, I publicly apologize to you, and I was not trying to fight with you. I had the names mixed up, and I'm sorry to you. You have been a very, very awesome member of this channel above other things, and we appreciate that. I was convinced that that this was the same person, that they had the way it all played out, that they had went over there, and it kind of made it. I guess it was very convincing, wasn't it, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel the same way?
Yeah.
I can't even see her, so you tell your side because you know what happened with it over there.
Well, we saw it, and it was just like we were hurt mostly because we were like, what in the world? I don't know, but
listen, and if people want to get mad, listen. If I don't want to lose Kim D. If I read something wrong in the chat, I apologize to each and every one. If people feel like they need to leave over that, I'm taking ownership of my actions. Guys, if you had to go through the attacks that me and Allie go through daily, every time we come on here, it's really hard sometimes to not get it twisted up, because we've also had people say they are this person and they're not. We've also had people play tricks on us. If you heard the things that Miss PG had said about us, to even try to speculate and make false claims that Allie had broke the code of ethics because she was a student nurse when I was in that where we met in a rehab center. She said we broke the code of ethics because I ended up going out with her a month or so after I was discharged. She then went.
I was no longer at
after,
that.
yeah, after she didn't even work there. She was doing
there one day.
doing her clinicals. She then went as far to say that Allie must have been stealing medications because I was in rehab, and totally fabricated, made lies of.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
those same
bullshit.
people that we thought was in here tonight was going right along with them over there and spreading those lies.
Talking about calling the board of nursing on me so that I could lose my license now, almost 11 years later.
11 years later. So we do apologize. It's really hard sometimes after the attacks that we get to not fully always know who everybody is. But we are very quick to forgive and not hold grudges. And that's what I was trying to do at the beginning. So if you can't forgive me and you can't forgive us for making a mistake, then I'm very sorry. If you feel like you need to leave and you can't accept my apology after I've sat and said I was wrong, I'm human, make mistakes, and I'm not always going to be perfect. And if people feel like they need to leave because of that, I'm sorry. I hate to see you go, but I really am, and I will, if I need to. If you need anything from us, you email us, and I will make it known who you are, and I will go find the screenshots of the person who was talking and saying all those things, because I think I screen recorded that night of that person doing that.
Well,
So
wasn't trying to just screen record that person.
I was recording everything that was being lied about. So yeah, that's why I didn't even want to get into this tonight. I didn't want to talk about it. I said, I apologize, and I apologize. Now, the people that are going to go and make a clip about this and say, Cam did this and Cam did that, make sure you add the part where I apologize and I took ownership for my actions, because I bet that won't make it into some of the cuts for the haters and that really try to find something. Again, I hope you accept my apology, guys, and I appreciate it. I have a lot to cover tonight. My mind's going a million miles per hour trying to get all this covered, so I'm going to move on to the next thing, and I hope you forgive me. Next time, just ask to share the brownies. Oh my gosh. That's another thing. I went on another channel last night and was talking about, Prayer Garden talks about her special brownies and stuff. And I was like, she wanted to make fun of people that keep Narcan in their house because of, the rampant increase in fentanyl overdoses. And I said, these people are cutting marijuana and adding fentanyl into marijuana and hurting people that way. So it might be a good thing to never dismiss or keep a thing of Narcan in your home, as you could save lives. So now what's being okay? Now this is I'm not. No, I'm going to address it right now, because if it's not ended right now and people think that they need to keep running their mouth, they can move on. And who I'm talking to people that are helping with the channel. I mean, I can't do anything but say I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, guys.
We all make mistakes, people.
Yeah.
But at least we do own up to our mistakes.
There's one thing that I will say too, though. I challenge people to find another creator that has been through the attacks and the straight up lies and going real life as we have, and we really handle it the best way we know how. We try to be fair, and I was even trying to be fair at the beginning of this. Sorry that our emotions run high. That's the last thing I'm saying about it because it's honestly pissing me off. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. She said, I waited for an apology. You've owned it. No need for a clip. Main thing, I will always do that. I will always own up to my mistakes. And like I said, we were able to figure that out in real time, right here. Most of the time, I like to deal with those things behind the scenes and reach out to people through email privately, but this is the way it happened on a live. It's okay. Did you send me the pictures?
Yeah, it's a email. It's a whole news story.
Thank you so much. What is going? TikTok started playing out of nowhere. I don't know how that happened. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me pull this up for you guys because this is what I wanted to get to before all that happened. Again, Real Sunflower, we apologize from the bottom of our heart. I never meant for that to go. I was really thought you were somebody else, and I'm sorry. Okay.
We apologize.
What'd you say?
I said, and we apologize.
That's all we can do. You know? At least, we didn't. At least we didn't do. I'm gonna play that rant here in a minute. Okay, here it is. Now let me share this with you guys. This would be very, 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 very interesting to you guys, I believe. Here you go. All right, this is from TMZ, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So this is the catfish unalive. I don't know how to say it. Catfish unalives. The said unaliver blacked out windows of new home purchased days before unaliving and taking a minor female. Right there is 28-year-old Austin Edwards in his state police uniform. This is the home he purchased in the background. You can see where he has blacked out these windows. This is very scary because this guy is somebody who really thought he was going to succeed on his mission.
And the person that sold the house to him stated that it 100% was not blacked out like that whenever they sold it.
Say that again so everybody could hear.
The person that sold him this house said that it 100% the windows were not blacked out when they sold it to him.
So he did this within
a
matter of days. So right here it says, we're learning more about the sickening triple unalivings of a 15-year-old girl's family and the possible fate she faced in her if her abductor would have gotten her back to his home across the country. Real estate records reveal Austin Lee Edwards paid $80,000 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in Saltville, Virginia on November the 14th. So guys, like I said, I didn't want you to quote me on dates earlier, but I knew he had bought this home in November, just days leading up to the...
It was 2 days before he got hired by the Washington County Sheriff.
Right. So 2 days before he gets hired by the county sheriff's office, and 11 days before, I know I'm reading that. 11 days before unaliving 3 people in Riverside, California. It was right there, right beside the bar. It's okay. I was like, how are you seeing that back there? Okay, so this is the home, another angle of the home. those are the front windows. You can see they are blacked out. Let me see if I can click on that and zoom in on it. Oh, it's not going to let me. So this is what I'll do. I will save this in. All right, we'll say to downloads and save. All right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to be able to pull this a little bit closer. Here, go out. Go on. Go on out, kitty. Go on. Yeah, of course he's not going to do that. Go on. Go on. Go on out. Get out. Go on. Out. Go on.
It's like, what, Daddy?
He did not want that door to
Shut.
No, I don't know what he was wanting. He just did not want it open. That was weird. Okay, let's see. Let me see if this will open this way. Yeah, I've got a recommended settings. Okay, there's that finish. I don't know why it's. All right, maybe it did it that way. Awesome. All right, I'm going to pull this over here. Thank you, Second Fox Nanny. Thank you so much. These MFers are sick. Yes, ma'am, they are. They are. Thank you. And prayers for you and your son. You know that we are always praying for you. Sorry I haven't been able to reach out and speak to him. We've had a lot going on in our personal life as well. That's another thing, guys, we'll talk about in a minute. All right, so let me go ahead and stop the screen here so I could show you this real quick. Let's see here. All right, here it is. So it's not going to let me. There we go. There's the windows. You can see it a little better. I just wanted to see if I could get a better view there for you guys to see just how this guy, like he did. He made sure these windows were blacked out. He had a plan for sure. All right. To go back to what we were presenting now. Miss Delta Lady, and yes, listen, please email us Real Sunflower as I want to talk to you. I'll give you a phone number to contact us, and we'll talk about this, and I'll be able to let you know a little bit more about what was said and why there was a misunderstanding there. So yeah, please email us, and I'll make sure to reach out to you, or you can reach out to us. Again, we apologize. All right. Let me share the screen here. All right. So back here, let me see what it says. Yes, G. Crime, I do believe that the FBI is taking things very, very seriously. Now, I hope so, because they don't have a reason to not. I believe there's so much corruption happening in Hawkins County and the surrounding areas of northeast Tennessee, that there's a lot of corruption and they know about it. Why else would the feds be setting up stings for officers working at Sullivan County Sheriff's Office and the other ones that have been taken down by the National Institute for Missing and Exploited Children? They were the ones that found Sherfy Jr. and noticed his conduct. So it's very bad. All right. So let me see here. Say which name 3 times. I'll try it. I know there's been, gosh, there's so many Dons. No, you don't change your name, Real Sunflower. I don't want you to be the cause of that because look, I'm the dodo here. I was the one
Same.
that I said same. No, I mean really, I probably should have looked into it some more. I think there's how many sunflower names? The Real Sunflower, Most Beautiful Sunflower.
I'm pretty sure that you are the only sunflower. I guess that is actually like.
No, the other one was a member over here too.
Oh yeah.
She was a member over here too. That's why I had it. I thought they were the same one. Oh Lord. I'm going to go, keep an eye out, babe, when we're scrolling through YouTube. We're going to take a picture of every sunflower name so that we can do it. Just for my own mental well-being. Just so we can remember and the pictures and everything. Okay. So, obviously, this window that they're showing here, the one to the side, where it says Austin Lee Edwards home, that's window tint on that one. So he went above and beyond there. Said we spoke with neighbors who tell us Edwards almost immediately blacked out the windows of the home with car tint. We've obtained photos showing it was not next to impossible to see inside the home. Showing that it was next to impossible to see inside the home. Second, Fox Nanny, thank you again. Tim is doing great. Answered prayers. Awesome. You know what? And he's going to continue to succeed. Just because we fall short doesn't mean that we can't pick it right back up and succeed. We all fall short. People who say that they don't, I'm sorry, but they're lying. Nobody is perfect. Everyone falls short of the glory of God. Just because somebody's sin is not like the other person's sin is sin, regardless. So if somebody say there is a man in the church and he is gotten saved, he doesn't lie, he doesn't do anything like that. But say a pretty woman comes into the church and she's married and she walks by him and he has 1 second bad, dirty thought about just saying, oh, back in the day, that's be a girl that I'd want to hook up with. Just something as simple as that in their mind. They have been becoming an adulterer. Because if that man's married and has a wife and he looks at that other woman in a lustful way in just the slightest sense, that you become an adulterer. So sin is sin. Whether you portray that you've been saved and sin doesn't affect you anymore, or whether it really does or not. Hold on, my mouse stopped working. This is fantastic. Can you guys hear me? The whole live is froze. I don't know what happened. Did you hear that? The whole live is frozen.
They can hear you.
I know they can hear me, but the whole live is frozen. I can't move anything. This is what happens every time. Something negative. It's like don't want us to. Somebody doesn't want us to end or finish one single live without something happening.
Second, Fox Nanny sent a member, a member message, and for 10 months, and she said, Christians aren't perfect. We have to ask for forgiveness and we receive mercy. Amen.
Amen. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to try this little. I can't move anything. Bear with me, guys. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Please and thank you. I don't want to have to do a hard reset real quick, you know?
Yeah. Did you try to just refresh it?
Babe, the mouse won't move or anything, and I can't even hit the touch screen.
What in the world?
Like I'm completely froze. I know what I got to do. Give me 1 second. I can't mute or anything, so just bear with me, guys. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Please don't go anywhere. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna have to restart my computer by just turning it off and turn it back on. As hard as that is on it. Come on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. That completely, I had to shut down. So this is what I'm going to do to fix this problem, because I don't want anybody to be unhappy. This is what I want to do too for the misunderstanding. I see another creator do this for you, and I don't want to be any other creator because we set ourselves apart from everybody else. Real Sunflower, if you would like to email me, I will make it worth your while. I'll get you a membership, or I'll get you a t-shirt or something like that. I just want to make that right with you. Anybody else that D, her name was D, that was in here as a subscriber. If you would like to email us, we'll try to make that right with you too. I don't ever want anybody to feel any type of way, and I tried to own up to my mistakes, and I don't know any other way to make it right but say I was sorry, so that's where I'm going to leave it. If you'd like to reach out to us, I'd like to do that for you. Okay, so moving on. First things shut down, and I don't understand why. Yeah, she is a member, but I'll get her another membership that way to save her some money. The other person, the other son that was a member, I think she was gifted a membership a while back for a month or so. Miss Beautiful Sunflower, if that's her name, I don't know if that's accurate, but she was a member over here too. I actually have emails from her. And that's why, like, there was some confusion with that. I was trying to just not have to go into it in great detail, but obviously it's not, there's still some issues with it, and it's not the real Sunflower that's having an issue. It's not that. I just, this is a problem. So it's hard when people text, and when people, and it happens a lot. I'm not singling anybody out. Like, if people text me during a live stream, if I'm trying to show information on here and my phone's ringing or going off, and like, it's hard for me to see it all. And sometimes I don't catch it in time. So I do apologize for that too. I just want to, just trying to be transparent with everybody here before we move forward with that. That being said, okay. I told you I wanted to talk to y'all about some stuff before we move forward. The reason that we haven't been on as often as we were back before is because, we've had some things going on in our real life that we don't talk about on YouTube, on this platform. We've been through some mighty, mighty struggles in our family life, and as far as with my youngest brother and his father that passed away, my other brother, my grandmother, those things affect passing, grandparents passing, and things of this nature, and have on younger children, small children too, and you might not ever know it. So it's been a hard situation all around in our family. So I've been trying to come back more often here. I hope y'all see the effort. If y'all haven't seen our TikTok channel too, I've been trying to put stuff out there, Instagram, on the Facebook. So we're trying to answer to all those platforms. It's just me and Allie that run 3 social media platforms, 4 almost. It's so it is hard for just me and her to do all those things all the time. So if it takes us a while, I do apologize. That's all. That's the best I can do. I've always tried to be transparent with all you guys. I try to be who I am and be real with you guys, even when it's not so flattering for me personally. I've showed accountability for things that I've never seen anybody else ever do. Like in December, I admitted to some shortcomings that I had because I was very hurt by the way things happened in December as far as the cases went. On a better note, though, one thing that I can say, the positive things that have happened through having this channel is, Tegan Dougherty was able to be located due to the website Web Sleuth sending his father to us. We were able to help him while he was in Alaska locate his son. This was after EquiSearch and First to Deploy, and everybody had been out to that area of Tennessee right past Knoxville. And, you know, that's a God thing. We're not taking credit for it. He put us in the right place in the right time, and we were able to help. And the reason he was located and that justice was served on his mother and stepfather is because Tennessee wasn't aware of the other children that she had that she had lost custody of, that she had been abusive towards, and found out, you know, they were able to find out that Tegan was going through quite a bit of his fair share of not being treated right. You know, Lexi Dykes was able to call in on our live stream when we were brand new to this, and she had active Amber Alert. That was an amazing thing. We looked into Richard Honaker's case. Now listen to this. They had closed his case as an accidental death and a fall, which did not match up to any of his autopsy. The investigator that was looking into his case, and not to mention the 5 other individuals that were found right in a very small wooded area in the middle of town behind a Grant Home Furnishings, none of their autopsies lined up with their causes of death. One was said to be a drowning. He had no water in his lungs during the autopsy, and that it was said that he was beaten to death by his daughter. This was not on the autopsy report. Well, since that happening, this investigator that was over those cases has since been demoted, taken off the case, and those cases have been reopened so that justice could be served. Now, as far as the Wells go, I'm going to answer this comment right here. Tiki Bear says the Wells are evil, incarcerated. Are you meant to say the Wells are evil incarnated? That's what she did say, but she said incarcerated. The Wells are evil incarnate. I don't know that. We know that they have a lot of things with them that do not add up. Do I believe that there was a parent that was making efforts to be in church? Now, I will say this. Don was not sentenced to community service to go to church every Saturday. Have you ever heard that ever in your entire life? That a judge sentenced somebody to community service to go and take their children to church on, well, they believe Saturday is the Sabbath, Saturday or Sunday to go to church. That's not what's happening. He was going to church for 2 years on video record. Why? I don't know. Was there something more to possibility? Did the church get dragged through the mud? I think after looking through a lot of things, I think maybe a lot of people did there. But I think that Candace was holding on to a lot that she wasn't saying. Yes, I do. Now, whether that be something that is very, very important to the whereabouts of Summer, very strong possibility. It could be. Then again, it couldn't be. It could be or just blaming herself for saying the 2 second. We don't know. There's no evidence that points either way at anything. Jody Sue has quite a bit of things that do not add up, and has lied way more than other people in this investigation. Now, does that say that she's 100% guilty? No, it doesn't. We don't know. The lack of evidence is not there for anybody. That's what makes it so hard. Anything fits on anybody. That's why we have tried to look into everyone and everything. Did Don make the perfect decisions in his life? Did he do bad things when he was younger with his sisters or stepsisters? Through self-admittance, we know that there was issues there, and there is a problem. I hope that if it is 100% on whoever, if you know, whatever happened, whatever, if Don is guilty, justice needs to be served for that. He needs to face justice for those actions. Nobody's took up for him. All I'm going to say, though, is I will stand before I make claims about somebody needing to be held responsible for the life of a child or anything. We don't know. We're not 100% that somebody did not come up there and take that child off that hill. John Walsh's son was taken in how many seconds? 7 seconds. 7 seconds. So when they say 2 minutes, Candace was out behind at the camper. Well, we did a mock run of what could have happened where I held a 35-pound bag of dog food, went across the driveway to that basement door, picked it up, and went back down in less than 11 seconds and was gone. She was standing up there and could not see me. She turned her back for what? 2 seconds? What, 2 to 10 seconds, man?
Yeah.
She turned her back 2 to 10 seconds. I made it across and back down. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Not. But it's possible. Was there many trails in and out of that property? Yes. I'm not.
Places that people could have hid on that property.
There's places that people, yes, could have hid. Now, this is the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying that to say that no, this person's innocent and this person. I'm not. We looked into the Wisconsin connection because we believe that there could have been something very, very bad that happened between said individuals that are related. I'm trying to show everybody that. I'm just saying before we crucify and hang people on the cross, let's have all the evidence there. And let's pray that there is a law enforcement agency that will actually work to have justice served and not put somebody away on shoddy evidence that might not be, you know, it might not be solid, and somebody that might be innocent go to prison and have to sit for 30 years just to be exonerated when the next bit of new technology comes out and proves that this or this happened. Look here, Denise Stagner. Very true. So Athena was taken and unalive, the sheriff said, within 1 hour. Well, even in Summers' investigation, if you look at the FBI car team, I have a live where I go over their whole website and I show what they say. So they have, it's called pretty much the golden hour. You know, within that hour time period when a child first goes missing, to that first hour is crucial for them to find that child, because after 35 minutes, it goes up to 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Then after 45 minutes, it's 75%.
Yeah.
An hour, it's almost 98% that the child could be deceased. These are not my statistics. These are not Allie statistics. These are not just something we're putting out there. These are the FBI's statistics. That's what happens.
And when it takes the cops 45 minutes to get out there.
Yes. Say that again, because that's a big point.
When it takes the cops 45 minutes to get out there after they are called, poor Summer already has been gone for an hour at least.
Yeah. So what she's saying is it takes Hawkins County 45 minutes to get to Beech Creek community if they come from Rogersville. And we know that if we go by the timeline, I got a video to show you, and we're going to look at that right now. This is very accurate, and it's on point. Y'all tell me what you feel, because we're going to bring you I'm going to bring you things that give you visual proof of what happened. Here we go. Let me just go to my channel real quick. Are you helping me with? Can you help with the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if there's anything I need to address. I'm over here on another channel or another screen. Okay. I'm going to play this. This creator is Hair Curlers in Crime. She did a very, very good job on this video. Now we're going to watch this real quick. Okay, so here we go. All right. So right here, this is just telling you. So we're going to look at the timeline. So this is for Candace, and I'm going to pause this so we can go over it. 8 to 8:30, took mother to the ER. Now, this is very, very important that people that are very misinformed about this pay attention to this. 8 to 8:30, took mother to the ER. Grandma did not have an appointment that morning. They went to the ER. So there's not a set time that they had to be there. It was not a regular doctor's appointment. And if anybody knows about going to the ER, especially in this area, you can be there for hours upon hours. Then we go to Candy H. Grandma, taken to the ER for knee pain. Don, he goes to work at 7:30 a.m. that morning. About an hour or about a half an hour before Candace, Grandma, and Summer leave to go to the ER. Right? Okay. So from 10 to 10:30, Candace picks up Hunter. Let me put my mouse over here so you can see. Candace picked up Hunter. We see that Candy, her hair or Grandma, is still in the ER. Then right there below Don's, he's at work at Tucker Drywall. At 12:21 p.m., TikTok video, swimming at Warrior's Path. We have a timestamp. That's what we have to go by, and I best believe if the metadata didn't match up at Quantico, Virginia, when these videos were sent off, they would have a problem already with that TikTok video. If it was at a different date, at a different time, that there would be a definite press conference, I believe, to call them out. I don't think they would wait almost 17 months and still not say something about that, because we know by law enforcement's own words, they said Summer's last place where she was seen, her last known location was on 110 Ben Hill. They said walking away. Others say in the basement. Jody Sue says down at the creek. She wanted to go back over there and make sure Summer was still there. So we have conflicting stories now from law enforcement, from the parents, and Jody Sue, the neighbor. Okay? But before we get all the way there, it says Grandma ran errands with Candace, Summer, and H. This is at 12:21. All right. So we have places visited, errands, Candace, Candy, Summer, and H. Holston Valley Medical Center, Discount Tobacco Store, Hippie House. Now, I want to make sure that there was one thing I wanted to add here. if it's true by both the people that worked at two different discount tobaccos outlets, which we have videos of both. There's an orange one on Fort Henry Drive where we went in and spoke to the worker there. He said that Summer and Candace and them were there at that tobacco outlet that day. Well, also right beside, not even mere 2 feet from the hippie house, this is a white tobacco outlet, white painted building that is a tobacco outlet. So there might be a little discrepancy in time there. Did they go to one before they went? Did they go to one tobacco outlet before they went to Warrior's Path, and then go to the other one at different points in time? Or did they go, from one discount tobacco to the other to the hippie house all at the same time? I don't know. Okay, so 3:09 p.m. video of Summer in back seat uploaded to Facebook. Same with the metadata. All this was, I guarantee you, sent to Quantico, Virginia from the card team. That's FBI headquarters. Arrives home at 3:30 p.m. This is under grandma's. Arrives home at 3:30 p.m. Candace, grandma, and Summer. Then there's we're going to move over to here because it doesn't say. Now, where does it say they dropped off Hunter at? That should have been in here before 3:09, right? Oh, right here. So arrived home at 2 to 2:30. Arrives home in Kingsport. Down below, that's H's. JSB's down here. Damien's son, adult minor, allegedly heard a scream 4:30. Law enforcement unfounded. Ronnie Lawson's words. And then Andy B. By what he says, Fred Hill claims he saw Andy B on Ben Hill at 3:30 as well. What else happened at 3:30? The same time that Candace, grandma, and Summer arrive home. So 3:30. Fred Hill says that Andy B is there. Is this true? I don't know. Possibility. There's been other things that Fred Hill has said that have lined up. Just look at the other times real quick. 5:06, upload and deletes pic on Facebook of kids. That's what Candace does at 5:06. There's the nap at 5:06 by grandma. Dawn arrives home at 6:30. That's a little farther down. They were done with him at 2:30. There's a lot more to Jody Sue's stuff, but we'll see that as we move forward in this video. All right, that's everything right there. I just wanted to make sure. And then at 6:06 now, just to say, Candace then uploads that same pic of one of the boys. You'll see that as we move forward in this video. All right. This is going over 10 H. He's a minor. Picked up by Candace. 12:21. Tick 2 to 2:30. Arrived home Kingsport. That's just going over that. It's reiterating that. Very important right here. Work. 7:30 a.m. Tucker Drywall. 3:30 p.m. Don says he takes lunch. Where does he say he goes? To the Dollar General and gets cakes, right? Honey buns. And it says he arrived home at 6:30. But then we know that Don says when he left, he could have swore it was 5:30. What was the reason of that? I don't know. It's always bothered me too, but it could be just glancing wrong, or it could be, uh, something else. This is a big, big issue to me, though, right here. And I have a clip of a video that I made a while back, and we're going to watch it after this because I feel it's important before I continue playing this. Chris McDonough says that law enforcement was already there when Dawn got home. There were some folks sitting in the driveway. Well, Dawn doesn't pull up Ben Hill, remember? He goes to the bottom part of the property first, so he wouldn't have been able to see down there. But he says there is no inside information. Chris McDonough states that he has no inside information, nothing. But this is all I want to know against him. How does he know that law enforcement was there before Dawn? Because then we have Jody Sue saying what? Sue saying her timeline changes. Y'all remember with Tiffany that Dawn came in? He said, what did she say? It was a cop first, then Andy, then Dawn right behind them. But how happened? Because she says a cop got there at what time? We're going to keep watching. Pay attention to this. Pause that for everybody to go over. So Dawn calls Candace, checks in at 12:21. TikTok video uploaded to Facebook. Summer at Warriors Path right there. Just make sure that everybody's on the same page. 3:09 p.m. Uploads a video of Summer in backseat via Facebook. 5:06 p.m. Uploads pic of kids on Facebook, then deletes it. We're going to look at those same pictures. You're going to see the timestamps on them. Texting between Candace and Dawn, 5:30 to 6:30. Then we have time 6:06 p.m. Uploads same pic from 5:04 p.m. onto Facebook. It's right here. Right here is where you pay attention. This is at Candace Wells. This is very, very creepy. Pay attention here. Uploads to Facebook, then deletes immediately. June 15th, 5:06 p.m. Then you see down here below, June 15th at 6:06 p.m. So on the hour to the minute, she uploads this again. Did it upload because it didn't upload the first time due to the shoddy Wi-Fi that was up there? Who knows? Because we tried to upload YouTube videos up there, and they would just spin and spin and spin. Did it not upload? And then it uploaded, but that's not the case here. We know that it uploaded at 5:06. She takes it down and then re-uploads at 6:06. Is this part of an alibi? Possibly. It's very important. Let's pay attention to it, though. Tiggy Bear says ER doesn't give drugs like that unless you're admitted to the hospital. What do we know that Grandma was given? I'm not talking about what Shannon or what these other creators that were up on the property said that she was prescribed. She was giving an anti-inflammatory for her knee. And what else? This is on the news. interview, the only one Grandma did with Leslie Earhart, or not Leslie Earhart, but with Ansley Daniels. Allison, what was she prescribed? Grandma was prescribed about anti-inflammatory and what?
Yes, anti-inflammatory and
Ibuprofen 800?
probably.
Or what was
Toradol.
Toradol or something like that. It wasn't a scheduled narcotic. To our knowledge, Now we're just going on what we know because there's no way we can get ER records saying what prescriptions she was given that day because that would be HIPAA. Nobody can get those. I don't care if you're a sleuth, you are a ex-law enforcement. I don't care who you are. You cannot break HIPAA and get those kind of records, or you are going to face a mighty big lawsuit. Now, there could be a leak, but whoever leaked that would be losing their whole career. Just putting that out there. But what we know from the interview with Grandma on WJHL is that she was given anti-inflammatory and a non-narcotic pain medication. Just take a look at that before I move forward. Just wanted y'all to see that. Now, this is very important here. It says, this truck is still, this is where Fred Hill says, and girl comes in a car, and this truck is still in here at the time. And I can't remember what tag. It was out of state tag. I'm trying to think what tag it was on. What it was on it. Well, Andy comes in then. That truck followed Andy back out. It was like Andy came in and got that truck. He was in here. Andy B. He wasn't working at the time, you know. He was in here. I mean, he was on camera. The law knows it. He was in here. Now, it was said to be Breonna Tester. I haven't seen any proof as to verify that that was her that was with Fred Hill or with Andy B that day. If that is the case, you know, then we have some issues there because Breonna Tester was unalived in an apartment just months after all this. We know that she was friends with all these same people on her social media accounts, and she has ties to a lot of these people. It was not that she just became friends with them after Summer went missing. Andy B worked until 6:02. Fred Hill claims he saw Andy B on Ben Hill at 3:30 p.m. Arrived home at 6:30 p.m. approximately. This is about what he says. Now we're going to see the text messages. Very, very important here. 9:44 a.m. These are from Andy on one side, on the right hand side, Jody Sue on the left hand side. Love you. You okay? Heard anything? She replies, just tree grinding company. Did you call your dad about the other? He says, not yet. She says, well, make sure he knows that we still have stuff up at the house that we need, and Boog wants to hunt there, so he can mention it to that a-hole. He says, okay. Did you show, and then this has been redacted, pics, and tell him what was going on? He then says, yeah. Any issues? And he replies, just him saying where I was and me telling him I'm on way, not much. I told you be on time. Ignored him on that. Andy called via Facebook Messenger, 10:04 a.m., 2 minutes and 37 seconds. All right, I got to add something. So Stephanie and Lindley says, Cam, the 506 and 606 could be the time zone change in that area of East Tennessee. I'm also from, okay, well, I live on the Virginia side, Southwest Virginia. What do you mean by the time zone change? If Candace is there in the same where she uploaded that picture up on Ben Hill, she posted it, took it down, and then posted it again. Now, there was other questionable. Now, if you're talking about the time zone thing, there was questionable things back with some of Jackie Dobbs' pictures because somebody had screenshotted it in the United Kingdom, which made it a day later than the day it was actually taken. There was some picture or video taken by Jackie Dobbs on June 14th, but depending on what country the video was screenshot, it would say the 15th. So there was a lot of stuff we had to work through as far as that goes. Can you explain what you meant by that? And I'll try to break that down a little better. Before I go back over here to this. Yeah, they have now. There's another thing. I plead the fifth. I want to add this about the burner phones. Allie, you want to help me with that? Allie, help me with the burner phone thing. Now, how that there was a misconception about that.
As far as the TikTok thing?
As far as the TikTok videos go.
So, whenever they were talking about the TikTok.
When Chris McDonough had Candace down at the water hole, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Candace was talking about how, yes, Hunter did have TikTok. She had videos on her device from TikTok that she could show, or from her TikTok account that she could show, showing that he did have a TikTok account. So with TikTok, that is an app that you can download on any device as far as a new phone or a tablet or whatever.
Right. So what she's saying is, and I'll help you with this, is so when he makes the claim that it was a burner phone, it doesn't have to be a burner phone. Now, if they had to submit their other phones in at the time, now this is just logically thinking, TikTok is an app. And when you put in your account information, it doesn't matter what phone you have, you can pull up those same TikToks that are saved to that TikTok account on any phone. So I don't know if that was taken in consideration because she says, I have them on my phone right now about his TikToks.
Right.
She would have had those TikToks on any phone that she was on. That's just saying, now, if we're going to be logical and think, we have to think all the way through. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean because now it was pushed that they had a burner, said I had these TikToks on my phone. You see what I'm saying? TikTok app doesn't necessarily record TikToks on a burner phone. You're going to record TikToks on the TikTok app. a desktop, a tablet, a phone, whatever. And if you have to turn said previous phone in, whatever phone you get next, you just upload your TikTok app and sign into your account. That's all I was saying with that. Okay, this is what we're talking about, BB Diamond. Did Candace say she had a phone not turned in? She didn't say she didn't have a phone not turned. She said she had TikToks of Hunter turned in. And I will go find the clip after we play this real quick, and we'll listen to it real quick, because it doesn't say anything about you needed to turn that phone in. She needed to turn those TikToks in, because the debate was that Hunter did have TikTok, even though he claimed he did. Hold on. Well, I'll show you. I'll be working on pulling that up while I let this play. This is important. 6:23 p.m. First call to LE. 6:26 p.m. Second call to LE. Well, that's real funny, because Jody Sue said the first cop showed up on Ben Hill Road at 6:30 or at 6:20 or 6:18. What was I can't remember the exact time. 6:23, she says the first cop showed up. Well, that's virtually impossible. How does the first cop show up at the exact minute that the first 911 call was made? There's no way in hell it's not possible. I'd like to take credit for this map right here, as this is our map to a T. That I would like to say that we did help in the making of this video, as that map did come from our information, and I'm very proud of it. Michelle Walks uses it, and others put a lot of work into that map right there, and we've followed that thing. And I promise you, every marker on there is by witness testimony, people who have been part of search and rescue, who were part of the first initial search, where the prints were located, by testimony of property owners where prints were located. The campsite I found personally. This was a sin alert that has not been talked about much. 125 Ben Hill. Down here is the creek. Very accurate. All right, I'm going to pull up now what I'm going to pull up before I close this. We're going to play 2 more clips and I'm done tonight. Let me find this other clip. And all right, let me find the clip exactly where it is. Yes, but Andy and Don said 6:30, 6:42, but we know the 911 calls. We can hear the actual dispatch and the times that the calls were made by the 911 calls that we have had made available to us. So it is verified, and it is factual that 6:23 and 6:26 were when the 911 calls were made. You need to hear the part that they're holding back is the part that holds the truth of the whole situation. And I feel like I can clear. My honest opinion is that dispatch made a mistake we know that they made a mistake from the time they said the mother went from a range to a walk to, in a total of seconds. That's on that dispatch. Yo Bubs can put that and let y'all know all about that. She's in the chat right now. Okay.
Lush.
No,
Or
priceless.
priceless. Right.
And then I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going back to your house.
Okay.
And I took him back to his house and dropped him off and left. It was, I want to say like 3-4 months ago. I went over to Allie's and I asked Allie if she wanted her and the kids wanted to go up to, I want to call it Ducktown because that's where we planned on going, was Ducktown. And she's like, no, I'm going to sleep, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right. I was like, well, can I go? And Allie's like, yeah, go ahead. So we took him up to Ducktown with us and stuff. And
Crime Sleuth, we have not forgot about you. If you go back and listen to the beginning of this live, kind of explained what we've had going on. It's not on purpose. Allie has been very sick, and we have been trying to get everybody back to health, but we are working hard on answering. We run 3 different social media platforms, and it's just me and her, and a lot of times it's just me answering things, so sometimes I get behind and overwhelmed. So I'm sorry if we haven't got to you yet, but I will make it a point to try to get to you and email you.
everything was fine. I thought, but she's trying to get back at me for some reason. I don't know.
Those are reasons that
They're beyond me.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
and you know what? That's not for me. Right? That's the authority that you know.
I didn't really want to do an interview because I'm not trying to fight this like this.
Right.
Or say something that I say. I'm not into all that game.
I'm here to help find your daughter.
I want to find Summer. I don't even care about anybody else's bullcrap. I want to find my daughter.
Okay.
All the
That's okay.
But
You're doing laundry.
doing laundry and stuff, and kids are all sitting there watching TV, chilling, and I don't know what they're called. They're all kinds of different characters. Instagram gave it to her. We were sitting there for about 5-10 minutes, maybe at the most. And she goes, Mom, I want to go back to the house with my brothers. I was like, all right. So I got up and I walked her back across to where I could literally see her walking to my doorstep.
Okay.
And she
Front door, back door.
No, I don't know. Down by the creek. Okay. I sent them all down through there looking and everything. They still didn't find her. And they said, from us.
Help me understand that's in your heart.
Okay, first off, I didn't know how many sex offenders lived around me that were only 8 minutes from my property.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Right.
And another, my daughter never goes out into the woods because
Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Don had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
It makes my blood boil.
Right. So she disappears. People lie.
To law enforcement, to everybody. It makes me so mad that it just makes my blood boil.
Right. Okay. Yeah, tell me about that swing. Is that her favorite? I love those videos you put up showing her just having an absolute blast. That's a blast. You know. What about this call allegedly that Hunter says came in? Well, he said there was a call that Dawn made to you while you were in line at the prescription. Did that happen?
Told me and asked how everything was going.
Okay.
Does anybody know the timestamp for that? It's been so long since I looked for it. I'm trying to find it real quick. I can't remember if it's before or after where I'm at right now. Is it before?
I think it's like right when they get.
I'm all the way around the.
I'm not questioning that it has. I'm just asking you from.
I think we bought 3 of them. I think. I believe. And I sent them right there on the council, and.
Okay.
It was all trash down here. Like them teas were all over through there, all through everywhere.
Okay.
There was flowers that my mom wanted to pick from here, and I said, "Mom, you better not do that. It's a state park. You get in trouble for that if you get caught."
Okay.
I'm not getting caught for that.
Okay.
So I don't know that I see.
Okay.
And if she was here today, she would tell you that.
Right. Right.
And the vapes that I bought were nicotine vapes from the hippie house.
Next door. Okay.
Well, just kind of one down by the mall, the smoke shop.
Right there is what I'm talking about, guys. When I said that they went to the smoke shop near Fort Henry Mall, the orange one. It's a misconception that they were at the smoke shop right beside the hippie house. Right there's the admittance of it. We went to that orange one. You can check out the video. I'm going to actually make that video in its own research video so that you can see that one and what the guy said that worked there. I'm trying to find the timestamp. It's right here somewhere about the TikToks.
However, Grandma told us that they went to.
However, Grandma told us that they went to both smoke shops. So we've got conflicting stories from Grandma and Candace. It's very strange. I don't know the answers, but that was the last time we were allowed on the property that we were told that. So here we go.
Further down by the and the hippies over here before you crossed over the bridge.
Got it. Okay. So the smoke shop where you bought the
We went to the hospital,
right,
and picked up my mom,
right,
and then we stopped at the smoke shop and I got mom that twisted tea that she wanted, and then I stopped at the hippie house and got me some smoked nicotine vapes is what I got.
Okay. What flavor?
I think they were Skittles.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like.
Do they have like a different flavor?
They actually taste like Skittles.
Okay.
It's the only kind I'll buy.
Okay.
And then we left from there and we went straight down to Walgreens and went to the drive-thru. But after we were done at the hippie house, I think we bought 3 of them. I think. I believe. And I sent them right there on the council, and he asked for one. I said, "No, you can't have none."
Did he take one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honest to God, I don't know.
Okay.
But then we went to the Walgreens and dropped off mom's prescription. I said, well, if we got to wait 30 minutes, why don't we just bring Summer down here and let her play for a little bit?
Okay.
And that's what we did.
Okay.
I mean, there was nothing. I honestly didn't see him drink nothing down here. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't.
All right. So it's your word against his, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay. On this scenario right here. Okay, so from here, where do you guys go?
Walgreens to pick up my mom's prescription.
Okay, is that the Walgreens right down at the edge here?
Right straight across.
It's the one that I showed the other day that it's right down here?
Yeah, when we turn to come down here, it's right there on the corner.
Okay, and you get mom's prescription.
Yep.
Then what happens?
Then I told mom, I said, why don't we get a Sonic?
Okay.
Because it's hot out.
Right.
So we drove in there, got a Sonic.
Right across the street.
Yep, right.
Bama Forever just gifted 20 memberships. Thank you so much. I didn't see that because I don't have the live stream up where our whole live froze on the YouTube side, the creator side. Let me get that pulled up and I will go ahead and put that out there. Thank you again, Bama Forever, for gifting 20 memberships.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The way I was reading how that works and how it picks people when they gift and memberships like that, it's people who interact with the channel the most. That they don't have to be a member, they don't have to be anything, as long as you're a sub and you come over here. The more people that interact on a more frequent level are the first ones that the algorithm picks usually, and then it goes from there. I did some of my research on it and thought that was pretty awesome. So I'm going to find this little clip right here, this timestamp. I got Allie back here looking for it too. Well, at least I thought she was.
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm able to pull this up to be able to, well, thought I was. I'm going to be able to see who might have got gifted
Oh, I can see that.
some memberships real quick.
Bro.
Nick Bro, you have become a member. You want a free membership. Lana got a free membership.
Jennifer Lambert.
Jennifer Lambert, you have become a member.
Lady Tinkerbell.
Lady Tinkerbell.
Wendy F.
Wendy F.
Ree's Place.
Ree's Place.
Vision Blue.
Vision Blue.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel.
Kimmer. Mrs. M.
Mrs. M.
And I think that's it.
I think that's it. So you guys have all won. Thank you for doing that. That's awesome. It really is. I mean, we appreciate you much. Thank you for. So what I'm going to do here is, well, I wanted to pin that, but I can't. Actually, I can. This is what I'm going to do right here. Okay. Well, see, it told me that I could have options to gift memberships too, and it doesn't give us that.
Yeah.
But it said creators should be able to do it as well. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a poll right now, and I want to see where y'all are at. Do you?
So that was only the last 10 that she gave. I can't see the first.
Yeah, we couldn't see the first 10, but we were able to see the second 10. That you,
10.
do you guys feel as if you have learned something? Or jarred, or has this jarred your memory of something you have forgotten? Because there's so much stuff in this case that I've forgotten, and go back and listen, and your memory gets jarred again. You get to remember things. I'm going to put this poll up there just for y'all to have something to interact with. There it is. So I put that out. Now I'm going to go back over to this. I'm going to find this clip real quick because it's right here.
Okay.
From and I pick up a few things. I was in the store for maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grabbed some milk and some cheese, and I don't remember what else I bought.
Okay. And that's the foodless?
No,
or
priceless.
Priceless. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're coming to your house.
Okay.
And I took him back to his house and dropped him off and left. And Summer was still awake when I left his house.
Okay. Okay.
And Allie did never walk to the truck and try to talk to me or so.
Okay.
I tried to get her to come over and talk to me, but she wouldn't.
Okay. Where does she, from here, when you left here, okay, and you went to Sonic, like you mentioned, what flavor?
My mom.
Is that your favorite?
That's my favorite. Like that.
Okay.
And then Hunter, I think, wanted the blue one, I think.
Slushies.
Just the slushies. Minutes.
Okay.
Grab my milk, come right back.
Okay.
I mean, and then I can show you where he's made TikTok.
Okay.
I have on my personally, I'd say that he doesn't even make TikToks. I have.
Guys, pay very close attention. This is it. I'm going to go back just so we get the whole thing. Here it goes. Pay very close attention to what is said.
I mean, and then for him to sit there and say that he doesn't even make TikToks, I have on my phone personally, I can show you where he's made TikToks.
Okay.
Honest to God.
I hope you've given it to the officials, right?
No, actually, it's still on my phone. I haven't had a chance because I was going to talk to them Tuesday when I went back to town.
Okay.
I got some business I got to take care of.
Got it. Roger that. So from there, you go back to Hunter.
Talk to them Tuesday back to town.
Okay.
Honest to God. I'm trying to sit there and say that he doesn't even make TikToks. I have on my phone personally, I can show you where he's made TikToks.
Okay.
Honest to God.
I hope you've given it to the officials, right?
No, actually, it's still on my phone. I haven't had a chance because I was going to talk to them Tuesday when I went back to town.
Okay.
I got some business I
Got it. Roger that. So
I'm sorry, but that in no way, shape, or form says anything about a burner phone. She says, I have TikToks on my phone. I can show you right now where he makes them. She's talking about pulling up the TikTok app and showing the authorities some TikToks. That does not in any way, shape, or form say anything about a burner phone. My opinion. And I don't see how you can get that a burner phone. Why does it have to be a burner phone to show TikToks? You see where I'm coming from? See where I'm coming from? No, I'm not. Listen, BB Down, I'm not talking about you specifically saying a burner phone. It was a rumor that was put out that there was a burner phone. That right there, that's not from you, but it has been stated there was a burner phone. Now I'm going to pull this up. This is the last thing, and then we're going to leave out on a laugh because I've had enough. This right here is the last thing that I would like to show you guys. This is a video, and I don't know if I've ever made this one public, but tonight it's going public, and we're going to watch it. I made this a long time ago, but I didn't want to ruffle any feathers because you can't say anything about certain individuals and statements they make without getting attacked, even though they said those words out of their mouth. So I'm going to show this video, and I hope that it is informative because that's what its purpose was for, to be informative. Okay, so right here, it's here it is. Let me go ahead and make that. Oh, it is public. Good deal, Lucille. Well, if it would load in a different window, hold on. Open in a brand new window. Let's share it to this one right here.
So, Steve, I have a question for you on that one.
Yeah.
So he made it a point to say that he was the first one there before the PD, right?
Yeah.
And then in here, he says to tell the police that everything they just pulled up, and then they blocked all the roads. So what he's saying is he was down at the bottom, okay, and the cops show up, okay, and so he then goes back up to basically tell him what's going on. But I talked to some folks that said they already had his driveway blocked. So I thought that was kind of problematic just listening to that. Well,
Okay, so what in the world? Okay, so there's that. I just wanted to show that that's, he said, I know some folks that said they already had the driveway blocked. Jody Sue couldn't have told them that they had the driveway blocked already. If Don, he's the only person that would be 100% to know that that driveway was blocked and give that and say that they know 100% would be law enforcement. But, they say that he said multiple times there's no inside information. We've heard TBI say that. So I don't know. If we go by everybody else's timeline at that time period, if Jody Sue says the police were there at 6:23, that means that a cop had to have teleported there at the same time the 911 call was made. Then we hear that she says that, that makes that whole timeline out there. It's bunk. It doesn't fit. That's the only thing that I wanted to put out there. She says she hears Candace talking to Dawn coming down from her driveway, but yet we saw in the text messages from Hair Curlers and Crime that, line doesn't fit at all, because she's saying that Candace was on the phone with Dawn at this certain time and she could hear the call up here, but oh gosh, how am I putting this into words? So everything, meeting the cop at the end of the road, telling him, Andy comes in behind the cop in the SUV. Then Dawn comes in behind him. Well, then she says that Dawn didn't take the route that everybody thought he took. The only route that he gets there in 34 minutes from Jonesboro is the one that comes down Fall Branch, cuts down Horton Highway, backtracks to Gum Hill Road, to Old Blair's Gap, to Beach Creek Road, down to Ben Hill, which he did not turn down Ben Hill, and you can't see Ben Hill, or you can't see Dawn's driveway unless you turn down Ben Hill, drive all the way down, especially with the vegetation the way it was in June. So then he drives past down to the shed where the boys were said to be with Don Chambers, the man who lives at the house at the very beginning of 110 Ben Hill. Okay, I didn't want to get into all that, but that's just had to make that point. I didn't even really want to get this much into Summer's case. I wanted to talk about the other stuff. Let's end on a laugh real quick. How about that? Because that's I gotta have a laugh real quick now. And that's the best way to leave, is on laughter, happy. Again, my apologies to Real Sunflower. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Beautiful Sunflower. Same goes to you. After all the mean things that we do know, that now we know it was two different people. You can apologize. We'll forgive you. And you're more than welcome here. We don't hold grudges. I saw a question by somebody in the chat. I don't want you to think I was ignoring you. You asked about Dawn, Carrie, HTD4L. If Dawn was really as sad when, like when we went out there and saw him, Dawn Wells was the only one that looked tormented and upset and actually showed emotion out of everybody on that hill. Out of Candace, Grandma, and Dawn, Dawn is the only one that showed like that he actually had any emotion. That's just my honest opinion. That's all I can give you. People will say otherwise. A lot of the things Don did, he did search for his daughter. He did put flyers out, and that stuff wasn't made public. We witnessed it, but I'm not going to fight the majority of people that were never even in Tennessee that tried to do anything to help look for their daughter when we know that Don did do some things, actually quite a bit more than Candace. Candace didn't go even pick up flyers that were paid for at the D&D print shop. She never went and picked them up. Dawn got off work and went and picked them up and put them out all over Kingsport one evening after he went and looked at places. He was ran off of Light Hollow Road, and we hear Brandon, the guy that was with JLR, admit to the same thing, that he had a gun pulled. They pulled a gun on Don, told him never to come back down there when he was just trying to look for his daughter down there. So there has been things that have been corroborated by other people interviewed around Light Hollow, Ben Hill, that otherwise we would have never known if it wasn't for YouTubers, whether it be JLR or whatever. He talked to Brandon. Brandon confirmed some of the things that Don Wells said happened. So, that it is what it is. All right, this is the last thing I'm playing, and I think it is hilarious. So we're going to play this one, and we're going to leave on a funny note. I think that's the best thing we can do. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Well, if I can mute that, hold on 1 second. All right, so I wanted to bring this to you before we get to Prayer Garden's sermon from last night when she was going off and after us. That's what this clip will be from when we play it. But before all that fun, just wanted to read these emails from the parents. So this makes me proud because this is the parents of the little girl that we thought might be Summer. They reached out to us yesterday and they were able to show us the picture without the green ring around it. You know what I mean? And, it made me feel good that they were very respectful. They were cool with us and told us, thank you. And they understood too. We didn't do anything about putting information out about their child, the other child in the picture. We blurred those pictures out, and we just wanted to question because the eyes and the chin, the dimple, the freckle, it all lined up. And there was a lot of other backstory that we didn't get into of why we wondered if this possibly could be her. We might get into it a later date if it comes up and it's needed. But we just wanted to, make sure that no stones left unturned. We have to do it for Summer. We will look into everything. People that were looking into this information with that picture have been looking into it since October. We were able to either confirm or deny within 2 days. That's a good thing. They even said that the people who were researching were like, man, that was good though. That's the quickest time that I've seen that somebody could find out the info. So I was, we were proud of that. So I'm going to read this first email from the father of the child in the picture. He says, so my name is blank. I'm not going to put his name out there. I'm the child's father and have been for 8 years. I don't know why there's a banner or anything. I just recently found out. This is where we noticed that the names and some of the things that was said wasn't adding up. Pay attention. And that's why I told you about earlier tonight about the alleged parents that reached out about this YouTube video, but knew about the FBI as they did personally come not only to my house, but my child's school to question and whatnot. And the FBI picture proof of everything they needed to prove that the child that happens to look like Summer is indeed not Summer. And my prayers do go out to the family that lost Summer and did supply a school pic of the child. There's the first one, okay? I'm going to have to fix this because my email, I'm going to have to send a new one. Anyway, so this is the second part. We just said thank you so much for letting us know, and we are truly sorry if we caused you any inconvenience. This is emails to the father of the child that was in the picture that ended up not being Summer. You know, we said we just uploaded a video letting everybody know that it was not Summer. He said, you are welcome, as we felt not only you, but everyone deserved the right to know the actual truth and that it is not truly. I understand that you are only going off of the info that was brought to you, and don't blame you for not least. It's okay. That's why we reached out and said, this is not Summer. If you guys meant no harm whatsoever, you are forgiven. And you guys are just going off info you were given. Very, very guys. See what I'm saying now? This, after I did this video because, boy, we got some attacks. And then I sat there and started looking at them and reading over them. Then I reached out. Then I got the other emails. So that's that part. I just wanted to graze over that. Now let's go to the, here's the funny part. Let's laugh and get out of here, okay? Okay. God bless you.
Shrink down the corner, bitches. I got my suit of armor on, and I'm gonna kick the fucking shit up out of y'all, right? So let me tell you, Lonely Tuesday, won't you take your fucking ass back over there and cracking asses chat and, not be so lonely anymore? Maybe he'll let you between them butt cheeks so you can sniff it all fucking night long, right? Like you like to do. There you go, you fucking fart breath. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Ain't nobody want to hear that shit. Absolutely not. Bunch of fucking butt breath motherfuckers from over cams. The hell. Take your damn sport spray and go back over there with it. Nobody over here be wanting the place stunk up with you. Lowlifes, man. There are people that you just have to kick the shit out of, right? Maybe spray your damn shoes with some Lysol. Nasty bastards. They all got that connection, We need Narcan in our house too. We understand what is Narcan in the medicine cabinets. I don't fucking understand that because I don't have that shit near me or around me, but I don't have the people that need it around me as well, right? You do that shit, you go do it somewhere else. You don't bring that shit around me and my fucking children. Hell no. I got enough fucking ass to say no.
No.
Right? I tell the devil don't tell me nothing. I tell the devil, get the fucking hell out of here. Right? Yeah, because I got it like that. I got it like that. Done dealt with the devil enough in my lifetime. I ain't going to be doing it no more.
That's all I got. So I shared this video in the community post, and this is the last one right here because this is freaking hilarious. So I actually found a video, and I don't know if y'all saw our community post. This is called Fart Spray, and I could not help. The first person that came to my mind was yours truly over there, Miss. That's what you got to tell the devil is you got to kick the effing doo-doo out of the devil, like she said. Hold on. So this video here in our community post, this is my favorite, and I think y'all will get the the biggest kick out of this one, and then I am out. I am signing off. Oh Lordy. Okay, here it is. Oh, where did it go? Oh, where did it go? No. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, here it goes.
Go. Oh, motherfucker! Son of a bitch! What's wrong? Don't you smell that damn shit? No! You shit on your fucking self. What the fuck you done? I told you it's a raccoon! And you had me to walk right. You stupid ass son of a fucking mature soul. Mother. Oh, fuck. Oh, hell. Can't even smoke his fucking cigarette for it. You got it. Oh, fuck. Hell no, that's gonna make me puke. Fuck. I've never smelt nothing like that before in my fucking life. Oh. Son of a bitch. It ain't dying down either. Ah. Don't you get in the fucking house and get. Oh, God damn you.
Sorry for the language, but that is the funniest reaction I have ever. As I was like, prayer garden all the way. We know she loves her farty spray. That's what I put in the community post. So let's just pray that, you know, Miss PG gets her language back intact. Sorry if nobody wanted to hear that, but that old woman can cuss up a storm, and I know another one that can as well. By all means, don't ever say anything about the way PG pronunciates anything, or to that if I just learned the other night because I did an impression that it was newly acquired due to some never before heard attack on her, and I was like, you're not going to come at me with that because I did an impression. Just too much. It's all in good fun. I was just trying to joke. You know what? If we can't laugh, sometimes we can't move forward. I'm sick and tired of the drama, fighting, hating. That's why I'm quick to say, look, I'm sorry. I don't want to make anybody feel any type of way. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you for having faith in us, supporting us. Let's pray and let's get out of here, okay? Dear Lord, we ask that there be answers that come to Summer's case. We ask that you rebuke any evil that comes towards anyone in this chat's family, just for wanting the truth, just for wanting answers, and just for trying to do the right thing. And you know, bring research to law enforcement. We ask that local Tennessee law enforcement take these things serious. Lord, we ask that justice be finally, you know, served for the people that hurt Michael Vaughn. Lord, we ask that justice be served in Quentin Simon's case. Lord, thank you so much for the case out of Texas, the little girl that was taken. Lord, we ask that her family have peace in their hearts. It's such a tragic ending, but God, we don't know why things happen the way they do. Maybe you needed that sweet little girl with you up in heaven. We have to be positive, Lord. We got to know that your will is better than ours could ever be. God, we ask to be better people every day. Let us strive to be more grown, more just more responsible in how we do things and conduct business on this channel and our personal lives. Let us have integrity all the time when nobody's where. We ask for blessings for each and every one of people here that have an unspoken prayer, and the people that do have a spoken prayer, Lord, meet them right where they are. We are prayer warriors for one another. Lord, we love you and we appreciate you. Thank you for loving us when we're not easy to love. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, guys, that's it for me and Allie. She's asleep. I got to get off here. I'm wore out. Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice, but justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. Always remember that. God bless you. Till next time, keep on cracking. Remember, if you didn't hit that thumbs up, that's all we ask. Put your touch DNA on that like button. We'd greatly appreciate that. Till next time, God bless. Keep on cracking. We love you. Later.